fly ass chicks who paint them pretty ass lips. For them trap boys out doubling up on bricks. For musicians like myself that was blessed with a glitch. Rap for the package, see what it is. Swerving through traffic like I lost control of the whip. Hurt the competition like I ran over these bricks. Double lines mean nothing when you're hugging the bridge. Red light, green light, headlight, beat bright. Superstar life make these lanes hate right.
What's up? What's up, everybody? How y'all been doing tonight? Y'all know who I am. How you been doing today, Derek?
I'm good, man. Give me a few. Yeah, I'm good.
You good? Is you good, or you good?
No, I'm good. What's up, man?
Okay, we finna start the show off with your What Happened, Baby. Who is your What Happened, Baby this week, Derek?
Oh, boy. So, Bleacher Report comes out with a top 20 best all-time NBA list, and Mr. Kobe Bean Bryant is not on the list. The Black Mamba has been off of your top 10. He's on the top 20 list, but he's off the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, the people that got up there, there's at least two that are not better than Kobe Bryant. Shaq is not better than Kobe. All time. No. Shaq had a more dominant reign in the Lakers when they were together because he was the better player. But Shaq is not better than Kobe. Overall career, no. Kobe has more rings, and Shaq peak wasn't as high as Kobe's peak. Kobe peak was 7 years. Shaq was at least 4 or 5. Shaq peak was from 2000 till maybe Shaq peak was at least 3 years. Those 3 championships they won together, Shaq was the best player in the league. If you want to say Tim Duncan, that's fine. And they have Tim Duncan at 7. So I really can't complain too much about the list. But putting Kobe at 11 and putting Stephen Curry over, Stephen Curry was never better than Kobe Bryant. Never better than Kobe Bryant. Never better than Kobe Bryant. He's a better shooter, fine. He's not a better defender. He's as good of a scorer as Kobe, only because he can shoot better. But Cole can make up that, getting to the basket, beating double teams, which I'm not saying that Curry can't. But all you worried about Curry is his handle and his ability to shoot. Bryant, he's a baby Michael. He can get to the rim. He can attack. So yeah, putting him at 11 really, 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 that started a lot of Kobe fans. And I ain't gonna lie, I respect Kobe. I do. And then AI wasn't on the top 20 list.
Okay.
So I know I'm gonna stir a lot of feathers wrong with this, but they had KG on the top 20 list. KG, I'm sorry, he was never better than Allen Iverson. He was never better than Allen Iverson. His peak was 2004, and I'm not saying he never made all, because he made all NBAs, but Allen Iverson 2001, nobody was better than him. He's the reason why Kobe stepped his game up. So Gilbert Arenas, they were talking about on the show, and he made a statement like, you only saying it because it's your favorite player. Because if they had a higher, and you have to knock somebody off to put him on there. The list was Mike, LeBron. I think 3rd was Kareem. 4 is Bill Russell. 5 is Magic Johnson. 6, I think, was Wilt Chamberlain. 7 is Tim Duncan. 8, I think, was Shaq. 9, I can't remember who 9 was, but 10 was Stephen Curry. So I have a problem with that. Kobe Bryant is supposed to be in the top 10. He didn't have a better career than LeBron, but I'm definitely taking him over LeBron if we talk about peak for peak.
Let me stop you right there. I think Kobe Bryant had a way better career than LeBron did, in my opinion. And wait a minute, what I mean by that, I could respect you more if you just stayed with one team, what Kobe Bryant did. And how many rings he got with that one team, the Lakers?
He got 5.
Okay.
But three he was a sidekick. He was a sidekick for Shaq. Those championships.
I understand that.
LeBron James has never been a sidekick. Even in the 2020 championship, which a lot of people don't count, but they still played. I gotta say LeBron was still the best player on the team. In the playoffs, Anthony Davis was the deciding factor for them to win.
I understand that, but Kobe Bryant stayed with one team. He did not travel from team to team to team, team and team and team. He did not do that. He just stayed with the Lakers through his whole basketball career.
Okay. I'm sorry. Larry Bird was in that top 10 list. As great as Larry Bird is, Larry Bird's not better than Kobe Bryant either.
I'm just saying, I think Kobe should have been high, in my opinion.
That was the big debate. The fact that they had him at 11.
Right.
Like there's not 10 players better than Kobe Bryant. I'm sorry, not all time. No.
Right.
Larry Bird, as great as he was, nobody's disrespecting him. Being in the top 20 of all time, like Olajuwon was up there. You know what I'm saying? I think Iverson should have been up there, and KG shouldn't. But KG, they gave it to KG. He's one of the greatest power forwards of all time, defensive player of the year. KG is one of the best athletic forwards ever. Yeah.
All right. Who your next? What happened, baby? Before I say mine. I got a lot to say this week.
I think that's it. I think that's it. That was my big beef. Oh, Jalen Hurts. Hurts in top 10 on quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts is number 9. He's been to 2 Super Bowls.
Right.
Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson has been to none. Right. So how? And then Matthew Stafford is on this list higher than Jalen Hurts.
Make you wonder, don't it?
Huh?
It make you wonder, don't it?
Right. It's just like I like part of being a quarterback is winning. So, being in 2 Super Bowls in the last 3 years, that's impressive.
Right.
Go their entire lives and they only been to one. Aaron Rodgers only been to one. Even though Aaron Rodgers in his peak is better than Jalen Hurts now, but Aaron Rodgers only been to one championship.
Right.
Drew Brees only been to one championship. So I don't know, man. Those are my 2 beefs. Kobe at 11 and then Jalen Hurts at 9. That's my 2.
All right. I got Roy Jones Jr. calling out Floyd Mayweather.
Roy, I heard about it.
Roy, wow. Dog, we seen your last boxing match. You're not the same, dog. I am one of your biggest fans. I
was too. My cousin actually got me into him a long time ago. My cousin was a boxer. He was a professional boxer. Mir Sabaz, sharpshooter. That was his name. And he got me into liking Roy. He said Roy's one of the best counterpunchers.
Right.
And Bernard. Like he really got me into Bernard. Well, actually, I'm sorry. I'm from Philly, so my homie Dave, he got me into liking Bernard too. But yeah, Roy, when boxers get, they retire,
they look. Roy Jones Jr. First of all, you older now. You're an older boxer.
Right.
You're not in your prime no more, Roy.
Does he want to fight Floyd? You want to fight Floyd?
Huh? I don't want to see none one of them fight. Both of them older.
Right. But
Now, if they were
Roy's a middleweight, light heavyweight, right? Last time I checked.
Last time I checked, he was. But what I'm saying, you older now. You're not the same person you was 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
I don't. It's gonna be an exhibition. It's not gonna be for anything specific.
But
so
they don't need to be in the ring. What I'm trying to say, older boxers, when you lose a step, you're not the same no more. You're not.
Yeah, Antonio Tarver. Didn't he knocked him through the ropes, didn't he?
Right. It was OV.
After that, I lost a little respect for Roy. Yeah.
It was OV. You're not the same no more, Roy.
Well, he beat a guy, Roy in his prime beat a guy by punching his arm and just kept punching his arm and he couldn't use his arm anymore. Like he was a tactician in a boxing ring.
Right.
Yeah. As I said, what did he say about Roy? About Floyd?
He was like, "Oh, I'm finally calling out Floyd Mayweather. You need to go box me. If it's about the money, you should not have no problem with it. All the money you got, it's just a bunch of BS."
Oh, Floyd's 60 now, or 50 or something.
I don't know how old Floyd is, but I don't want to see that.
Tyson, they're not the same age. They're not that far apart. Tyson's what, 58, 59 maybe?
Oh no.
Yeah.
But I asking the fans in the comments, do y'all want to see this fight? Floyd Mayweather versus Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah, 20 years ago I wanted to see this fight. Yeah, sure. Yeah, but once again, it ain't in different weight classes. So in the prime, I would love to see them two get in. If they were the same weight class, I would love to see. Like now, I wasn't a Floyd hater. I just didn't believe the hype. And Floyd, I don't remember him knocking a lot of people out. And I have a thing about with boxers and their knockout power. But Floyd is probably the best pound for pound boxer, especially in the lower weight classes that I've ever seen.
Yeah, in his prime.
In his prime,
prime no more.
Yeah, but Floyd's still Floyd. I don't think he lost that much of a step.
But somebody put how old Floyd Mayweather is right
Floyd
now.
Got to be in his 50s. Floyd's a little bit older than me.
Okay.
Yeah, he got it. So I mean, and Floyd, if he wants to do it, it'll be an exhibition. We'll see. We wanted to see Roy and Tyson. That was a good boxing match. And we were still saying how much Tyson boxing, his punching power was going to hurt Floyd. Not Floyd, Roy. So we'll see if they decide to do it. It'll be a money grab. I would love to see Roy fight. What's the name? Brothers, the white boy. What's his name?
Jake Paul.
Yeah, Jake Paul. Yeah, I'm tired of him beating all these down and out guys, and then the guys that don't know how to box. Now fight a real, and you fought Tyson when he's in his 50s, so you ain't really fighting nobody for real. He's a good athlete as far as wrestling. I'll give him that. Jake Paul's a good athlete as far as wrestling.
I just saying, I don't want to see them one of them fighting. Y'all older now.
Listen, boxing does not have the same stand. Let's my man Terrence Crawford in boxing. I don't want to watch it, man.
But
I'm not a Tyson Fury fan either. But go ahead.
But my next one, what happened, baby? I went on a Atlanta Hawks podcast this weekend.
Okay.
And this dude go by Tank. His name Tank. He said the Atlanta Hawks head coach is a top 5 head coach in the NBA. Why the F he say that shit? I don't know why.
Okay. Y'all don't have what's the name no more. Y'all don't have Nate McMillan no more, right?
Right. We got let me see, can I find his name? Quinn Snyder.
Oh, the Jazz old head coach.
Right.
Did y'all make the playoffs last year?
No.
So why would he say Quinn Snyder is?
Right.
You know, he used to be when he was coaching Donovan Mitchell years ago. But I don't know about now. I mean, we'll see how he turns. Listen, Ryan, I've always been a huge Trae Young fan. I don't know why people don't like this dude. There's not many weaknesses in this game. He reminds me of a baby Curry. He could shoot, he could pass, he could play make. Like Trae Young needs a Giannis. He needs somebody to match his playmaking and his shooting ability.
He got the big man played for Boston last year. This year. They traded for him this year. All I did trying to say, though, if you don't know about basketball, you don't need to be saying that. Point blank.
Quinn Snyder could be a top 10. I won't say a top 5. He's not a top 5.
A lot of top 5 head coaches in the NBA, they won something. They got to the playoffs. They got to the conference.
Quinn Snyder made it to the playoffs with the Jazz. So
with the Jazz, not with the Hawks.
Right, not with the Hawks. Well, like this is second year with y'all, right?
No.
How many years he been with y'all?
I think he been with 3 years.
Okay. So no, he has. Y'all have not made the playoffs since he's been a coach.
No, not with us.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I just, I think about it. Nate really had y'all balling.
Right.
Right. And then they fired him. You know how that go. Right. They just can't stand to let a black man coach in the NBA, boy. I tell you, boy. But no, he's not a top 5 head coach. No.
So this dude said he was a top 5 head coach. And CBS, shout out to my homeboy John. John looked it up and it said on CBS, Quinn Snyder is top 15, number 15 head coach in the NBA.
Okay.
So all that top 5 shit is just top 5 shit. Don't mean nothing.
So if he gets y'all back to the playoffs, let's say this season, with your new rookie, Trae Young's still the star. Mm-hmm. Would you push him up to at least top 10?
The only way I would push him up. We got to go to the East Conference.
Okay, that's hard. That's hard.
Get there.
I don't know if y'all can beat New York or Indiana if Whistling comes back, if Halliburton comes back. I don't think y'all can beat Milwaukee, to be honest with you. Depends on what Milwaukee does for Giannis.
I mean, I cannot look at what happened last year. I dare to go by what we're doing right now.
Trae Young is still your best point guard. Trae Young, your best point guard ever. He better than what's the name? He better than the guy from back with Doc Rivers and Dominique. So Trae Young, your best point guard of all time. Easily.
So then my only what happened, baby. And my next so far player, Holmes, Chapman Homer, played for Oklahoma, got $250 million.
Okay.
Extension.
Okay.
That a lot of bread for people say he did not do nothing in the finals. Hey, he played defense.
Holmgren is one of the best two-way players in the NBA.
Right.
And I don't think he's 25 yet.
He played defense.
He played defense. He has a jump shot.
Right.
He can get to the basket. He can rim protect. Like, dude, he's like a baby Tim Duncan. I can't wait till he come up for a trade. Shoot.
The way they signed him, I think for the next 5 years or 4 years, he's not going nowhere.
Yeah, listen. That dude is what you need in a 4.
Right.
He can play the 4. He can play the 5 too. He's
So,
what you need in a five. You know, he has a 4 game, but he plays 5. So yeah, check Holgram. Him and Wemby are going to be the next. You know, Wilt and Bill Russell. That rivalry going to be for years, especially if they both stay healthy.
all I know, he got paid. He got the bag. That's all I know. So
he deserves it. He deserves to be champion.
He deserves it. And a lot of fans, basketball fans, said he did not do nothing in the finals. He played defense. That's something. Is I missing something? The man played defense in the finals.
I guess they want him to drop 25 a night, and that's just the ball goes through Shea.
Right. So, you cannot always drop 25 a night. You can't.
Yeah. Chet Holmgren he's the future. He's the future. He's still a pup, and he can give you right now. He can give you 20 and 10. So yeah, he deserves it. That's definitely, yeah, he's worth that.
So let's get started on my questions. Who was better in a prime, Chris Carter or Chad Johnson, aka
Ocho? Hey Ron, I want to go, but I want you to go, and then I want to cook after you. Yeah, go ahead, man, because I want to cook after you. I want to go ahead. I like this. This is a good argument.
I got to go with Chris Carter.
Okay, why?
He get first downs. He reliable.
Listen.
Wait a minute.
Chris Carter was a possession receiver. He said it out of his mouth. He's a possession receiver. If you call Chad Johnson one of the best feet work I've ever seen on any receiver, he had no weakness in this game. I think the only weakness in this game is people didn't like him celebrating too much, and he was on the Bengals. Great hands, great route running, great feet work. Yes, he only had 1 year where he had double-digit touchdowns. I think he's more talented than Chris Carter. Chris Carter had better hands, but barely.
He was Mr. Reliable.
Every time Chad Johnson had the 5-year stretch.
Every time you need a first down, who got it?
Who was sticking Chris Johnson in the early 2000s?
You got Revis, Allen.
He's the only person that ever shut him down. But Champ Belly, done, cooked.
But
D'Angelo Hall, cooked.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you need that first down, when you need that touchdown, Chris Carter got it.
Yeah, well, Chris Carter is a Hall of Famer, and his take on Chad, I just don't do that. That Chad was that bull.
Chad was nice. Don't get me wrong. He was.
Yeah. I don't see why he wouldn't. Listen, it's hard for wide receivers unless you were the best two, and he was never better than Randy, and he wasn't better than T.O. But to say he's not an all-time great, look at his numbers. I think like 7 or 8 times he was over 1,000 and 70+ catches. And I'm not saying that Chris Carter's a Hall of Famer, but you played alongside of Randy for your post peak. Your peak, I guess, was in Minnesota. He played a little bit with the Eagles for a little bit, his post peak. I just think that Ocho was the better athlete. The hands, I got to give it to Chris Carter. Like Ocho, it's nothing he couldn't do, bro. And he talked ish and he backed it up.
But
he embarrassed Champ Belly. And Ocho said Champ Belly's the best athlete at corner, but he embarrassed him in that Monday night game against Cincinnati. he embarrassed him, and Champ had to shake his hand like, "Yo, this boy gave me the business." And they had a lot of rivalries between the two of them. I remember it was one time I think we won. It was a Sunday night game or a 4 o'clock Sunday game, and he was giving Chad just as much as Chad was giving back to him. But yeah, that Monday night game really gave me a lot of respect for Chad Ocho. Yeah, if you want to say Carter because he's a Hall of Famer in better hands, fine. But the athlete, I got to go with Ocho.
My next question: who had more impact, Gilbert Arenas or Paul Pierce in a prime?
I'm gonna go with Paul Pierce. Gilbert Arenas, he was a better scoring talent. I know Paul Pierce could drop 50. I've never seen him drop 60, and Arenas dropped 60. Arenas' problem was he didn't take basketball seriously, and he was so rebellious that he could have locked in more. Mm-hmm. Paul Pierce was on the favorite, Celtics team. That 2008 team was one of the greatest teams of all time. But he was Mr. Fourth Quarter. He could shoot.
Yeah. Yes.
I think Gilbert Arenas is the better scorer. Not saying that Paul Pierce wasn't. But I gotta go with Paul Pierce, better peak.
Me too. Paul Pierce. Yeah. I mean, even when Boston did not have nobody.
Well, Boston had it was him and what's his name? Antoine Walker.
Antoine Walker and
right.
Paul Pierce still was balling.
Yeah, he still was balling. Yeah. He was Mr. Full Quarter.
Right.
After the knee injury, and then after he left Boston, that was pretty much the end of his peak. So I say his peak is from oh God, I'm trying to say his peak. The peak's like 04, maybe, to like 08. That was Paul Pierce's peak. Yeah. So like 4 years was his peak. Gilbert Arenas had at least 2 or 3. I think from 2000 and what year he came out? It was like 2002 to like 2007, maybe. It was maybe his peak. I gotta look. As I said, with his knee injury, really messed up his career because he was supposed to be one of the greats. He can bang with Iverson. He can bang with Cole. Like he was unstoppable.
Right.
So I think a scoring talent, offensive talent. I gotta give Gilbert Arenas the slight notch over Paul Pierce. Not saying that Paul Pierce couldn't be up there with him too, because he was a top 10 scorer in his peak also. But Paul Pierce was the better player and a better career.
My next question: name a NBA team that got better in the off season. Who you think could make some noise during this season coming up?
Dallas. Dallas looks pretty good. I got Houston at least making it past the second round. Houston has a chance to get to the conference finals. Boston's going to take a step back. The Tatum injury is going to hurt them. They're not as deep. No Drew Holiday. Yeah. Derek White's still there, but I'm coming out the East is probably going to be New York. New York has to get it done this year. Now, if they take a step back, Mike Brown's gonna take a hit, man. If they don't make it, if they don't make it out of the East, now that Indiana was so tough. I had them really going back.
Right.
I got New York in the East, and then in the West, I still don't think anybody, if they're healthy, anybody's beating OKC.
I said NBA on Sam Sports and on Dennis. I could see Atlanta Hawks. They've been making a lot of moves their off season.
Where do you got them in the playoffs?
I said 4th seed.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a big jump from not making the playoffs to 4th seed. Trae Young will need a lot of help.
You better go look what we did in the off season. You better go look.
That's a big jump. I think I got y'all maybe 6 or 7 seed.
The East wide open this year.
Okay.
And why I say that, because Indiana point guard out for the season.
Right.
New York Knicks, you don't know what they head coach going to bring to the table.
Can you compete with Cleveland?
Yes.
I don't know, dog. I don't know. I don't know. They're healthy now. Let's say they stay healthy. I don't think y'all can compete with them. No. I'm only talking about from this year going into next year. I don't know.
That's what I'm talking about. Go check out what the Hawks been doing this offseason.
Okay.
And holler at me next week.
Okay. That's a big jump. 4th seed is a big jump. 5th seed, you really kind of pushing it. But 4th seed, that's a big jump, man. I don't know, bro. You don't just go for unless Quinn Snyder, like you said, he will be a top 5 if you get y'all to the 4th seed. It matters what you do in the playoffs. That's all. Right.
My next question: who would you like to go against Michael Beasley in the Big 3 1-on-1?
One-on-one. He said, and he covered like Melo. He didn't play Melo yet, right? He played Lance Stevenson. I think he played Swaggy. No, the Swaggy, that was the 3-on-3. It wasn't a 1-on-1. I'm Melo. I realized Michael Beasley still hoop. Like hoop.
They all hoop.
Nah, not like Mike. I've been watching Michael, bro. I don't know, man.
Carmelo been balling.
Huh?
Carmelo Anthony been balling.
Like I said, Carmelo Anthony be the only person that comes to mind. Carmelo Anthony's the only person that comes to mind.
Wade. You got Iverson. You got Dwayne Wade. I mean, you got all these players.
I ain't see Iverson ball in a minute. I haven't seen any clips of Iverson balling like post. What's the name?
Just because you don't see the clips, that don't mean he don't be balling.
I didn't say that, but I'm just, I'm talking about the guys that are constantly, because Iverson, was he in the Big 3?
I think
I know Coutinho Mobley before he what's the name? Right. He was in it. I know, was it Ben Wallace? I think Ben Wallace was over there. I know she was over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. I mean, Melo and him for 1-on-1. That to me, that's not for us to determine who, like, as far as debate overall. That's for their benefit. You know what I'm saying? 1-on-1 is like who's the better player. Like, you're not in the NBA no more, so it's not like we can debate. Oh, blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? This is just a mano type thing for the old ego, for old time's sake. So if you win, you win, but that's personal. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, you could, well, he was better than him, blah, 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 blah. Michael Beasley, don't get it twisted. He was a monster in the NBA.
Right.
But I gotta say that's just something personal, and it's just, fans get to talk about it, and just something that we can go over with it, but it really don't mean anything. That's just for them, and they put up cash, so that how that go. Yeah.
Yeah. My next question: if a guy got drafted to the NBA, should a NBA head coach change how he played in the NBA going forward?
It depends on his style. You always want your players to play both sides of the ball. So he got to give me effort on both sides. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let me bring up one name. Skip to Malou.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, Skip to Malou used to be with M1 now.
Right.
Now, when he got drafted, and Kenny Smith told him, why don't you play like this in the NBA? And he said, my head coach, he said, some head coaches told me I cannot play like this in the NBA.
Well, when it comes to a ball handler, the street ball handler, it's speed and dribbling, handle. Can that correlate to assists and points? Can that correlate to buckets? Yeah, remember, you got some of the best defenders on the planet coming at you, and you embarrassed them. But now on the Scott report, oh, street baller, do that correlate in the NBA? Because you got guys like what's his name? White Chocolate had a street game. Allen Iverson's street game. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys, their game developed on the blacktop. So, in the NBA, depends on your coach. If you got a defensive-minded coach, he gonna want you to have effort on your coach. So, yeah, the coach has some say in your game because now you're professional. You're not an amateur no more. I hate to say it like that. And the N1 players, they were pretty good for amateur, but they weren't better than the professionals. I'm not saying all of them, because they did have a lot of like scrimmages between the NBA and the what's name players, but they knew they weren't better than the NBA players. They were pretty good for amateur though. Don't get it twisted. Right. But so yeah, the coach should have some, as long as it doesn't take away from your personality. You can make my game better and don't take away from my personality. If my personality is outspoken, just let me be. As long as I ball, I'm the type of person that if I was a coach, I would never get in the way of their personality. Now, you can't be hanging out 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning if you got practice at 7 or practice at 8 or 9. So that's a little discipline, but that's part of being professional. So no, I don't think you should change it too much. But if I run a certain offense, you got to fit my offense.
No, what I'm saying, if that's how I got to the NBA,
right?
Let me do that.
Yeah, but does that correlate into my offense? Does that correlate into the NBA game?
I put the ball in the hole, yes.
Yeah, just because you can put the ball in the hole, can you do it against a defense? Can you do it against zone? Can you do it against, a top tier defender?
Yeah.
Will it turn the ball over? Is it too fast for my offense? Is my offense half court? Is it an offense running gun? Like
all I did trying to say is, skip to my little, if anybody watch outside basketball back in the day.
He was a talented ball handler, but what was his peak as far as talent? Because you could be great as you are you fast as Iverson? Because Iverson was pure talent.
I'm not
Iverson
saying
is pure talent. I think Iverson is a top 5, top 3 talent all time.
I'm not
it's
saying
just as far as ball handling and speed and just pure talent and just pure physical talent. And he was only 5'11".
I'm not saying you got to be the fastest one out there, because if you look at Luka,
he was a guard. That's why I say fast, because he was a guard.
Right. But if you look at some of the best basketball players right now in the NBA, not that fast.
True. And you don't have to be super fast to be. Right. You just have to have great ball handling skills. I'm not saying that he didn't. Skip the Malou was great, but he was never like all NBA. That's what I'm saying.
I did not say that he was. All I did say.
So coaches, listen. If you come in, if you ain't super tall or super got bunnies, like crazy bunnies, like they looking at you like you got to run my offense the way I want you to run my offense.
Right.
So either you're a system point guard or you are a special talent, and that has to be the duration of the time that I'm coaching, and it has to fit my offense. If you fit my offense and you play defense, any coach will play you. Most coaches want effort on defense. Telling you. I'm not saying that Skip Malou didn't, but as I said, he was a good NBA talent. He just did the next level. He wasn't that next level, and I think that some coaches will probably have more to bench.
If he just do his thing on the basketball court, what he been doing, you see what I'm saying? I don't like it when you go from let's just say you go from outdoor, indoor, and you got drafted on a team, and the coach said, "No, you just got to play it my way. You
As I
just got to
said,
do it."
a great coach would take your talents and put it into a system.
Right,
Some coaches don't give a damn about your talents.
right.
There's 1,000 more guys that just as talented as you are in his eyes. You know, if you don't pan out, either I'll waive and trade you. So it all depends on the coach, and you can't just sit there and say, "Oh, he's a talented point guard." Yeah, but if you don't fit in my system, you on a bench or I don't need you. So you got to be flexible, man. You got to be professional. That's what it comes down to.
Wait a minute. J. Will, you don't want to go down this road with me. You don't want to go down this road with me. I'm trying to tell you. I've been nice for a long time. You don't want to go down this road with me.
I can't see what they're talking about.
J. Will,
I saw a couple of comments.
J. Will, you don't want to go down this road with me. I'm trying to tell you. As though you already know what the business is. Now, my next question is the Big Three over in the NBA?
The Big Three? Oh, just far as Big Three, as far as no, because OKC has one. You talking about just top three players? They're all stars, right? No. OKC has one. No, no. OKC has one. Trying to think another Big Three. And they gotta be healthy too. You can't be a Big Three and y'all all talented, y'all all hurt. Like the Sixers, Maxi's not hurt, but last year he was. So Maxi, Paul George, and B was supposed to be a Big Three, but they're not. They haven't done anything. They actually did the opposite. They were terrible. So yeah, but it's only from my look at it. Well, Boston had a kind of. Could you? No, they had a Big Two. They ain't had a Big Three because Porzingis never stayed healthy, and Drew Holiday, as good a defender he is, he's not the premier scorer. He's not. Did he make? I'm trying to remember if he made the All-Star game last year. I think Derek White did, right? Yeah, I think Derek White made it last year. But it's not many teams have a Big Three.
Fuck, they can all hear me. I don't care. Y'all on some fucking bullshit, all y'all. No, fuck that. If you want to come in the comments talking shit, we can talk shit.
Oh boy.
I say that in here every fucking day. Y'all say the rhyme. We all be on the fucking Zooms and shit. I can see it. All y'all need to grow the fuck up.
Now, my next question.
Okay.
Do you think when an NBA player retire, the NBA should give that player a job?
Well, the NBA has a what is it called? Like a retirement thing for passing pension. I'm sorry, pension. Right. They have pension for the NBA. I forgot the new system now. You pretty much have to get in when you fit in. If you're a part of a coaching staff like Jerry Stackhouse,
right?
Yeah, sure. Now Chauncey Billups is the coach. He was coaching the Trailblazers. I'm not sure who is he still the coach for Trailblazers or they fired him?
Who?
Chauncey Billups.
I think he's still there.
He's still there. Okay. It's not that the NBA should. It's where are you best suited for? Right. Because there ain't no point of making you a. I'm sorry, that's my air conditioner. There's no point of making you a NBA assistant coach and you can't coach. Like you might be a great player, but you can't coach. Michael Jordan, as great as he was, all time if he was terrible at running the Charlotte Hornets.
Right. Right. So, we all know that, but what I'm saying, if you look at all the players that retired in the last let's just say 20 years.
Right.
9 times out of 10, they don't got nothing else to do.
Well, I mean, look, that's your problem. If you ain't got nothing else to do, you got to save the big checks that the NBA was kicking out because players get paid way more than they were 30 years ago.
I know that, but what I'm saying, you can at least ask this man, hey, how about do you want to join my coaching staff or my front office? Or
that's if he can contribute. If it's a championship level team and this dude can't contribute, no, you keep your behind home. I'm trying to win. You ain't getting me fired. Shoot, I'm sorry. You ain't getting me fired. But I hear what you're saying. As I said, Jerry Stackhouse, guys like that, and they contribute, and you bring something special to that NBA team, So look at Isaiah Thomas. He had every job NBA had, coaching, GM. You know what I'm saying? NBA put him to work, and he does commentating, and he does media.
Well, what I'm saying, like all the other basketball players, when they retire, I think the NBA should be like, hey, let's try you over here, or let's try you over here. You see what I'm saying?
Well, most of them started media. And I like basketball players that started media because they actually played. So they know the ins and out of the game.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Start there, but give them a chance. Don't just, see them every blue moon and be like, what you been up to? Nothing. Ask them, do they want, hey, I got a job for you. Do you want to do this, this, and this?
Do you think the NBA owes that to that player, depending on how great he was, or this should be a program to just continue to have them continue to work?
Right, it should be a program for them to continue to work.
Right.
Just because you're not on the court no more, a lot of these teams could use older veterans.
Yeah, but you know how these kids are. They don't want to listen to nobody. I'm not saying that they won't. But most of them don't. And they don't like the OGs because they feel like we look down on during their generation. So you as I said, you got to get in where you fit in. To be honest with you, you're a grown man. If you ain't had no plans after basketball, nothing set up, that's kind of on your fault. Because you're supposed to plan for the future. That's just being an adult and grown.
Once again, it might be grown, but it also, how many of the NBA head coaches get handouts every time they get fired?
True.
And they did not play a lick in the NBA, but they get handouts.
Well, I remember a lot of these NBA coaches are from a coaching tree, some type of coaching tree.
Okay.
So your guy.
The one coach in Chicago, he ain't about shit. He had not won nothing. And this man get chance after chance after chance. What he won, he should not even be there.
Hey man, listen. I've seen bad coaches turn into great coaches, and great coaches take falls. It's the game of the NBA, man. Listen, I hear what you're saying, and that will be great. But you have to be careful because when you bring somebody in, you bring in the good and the bad. So you got to really kind of facilitate who's going to be where.
But
you can be on the shooting staff or the strength coach or something like that. Sure, fine.
Right, then what I'm talking about.
Right. Yeah.
My next question: how long do you give a quarterback to get over the hump before you draft your next franchise quarterback?
Okay, so I have from your rookie season to, let's say, your peak, I'll give you 5 years. Okay. And this is why. This is why.
All right.
In the NFL, between the ages of 20 to 25, you in the second or third year, we kind of know where you're going as far as your trajectory. Are you becoming all pro, or are are you just a game manager? You said a quarterback. We're talking about quarterbacks now. So game manager, guy that can get you to the playoffs by himself on his arm, and you have mediocre receivers, or you have some talent over there, depending on your situation. Someone like Josh Allen. Josh Allen hasn't got to the Super Bowl yet, but he's an All-Pro. He has probably the strongest arm in the NFL, or one of them, and he's highly, a top tier quarterback. He's a top 5 quarterback. He's been that way for the last
but
5 seasons.
Okay.
So if you can't do anything in the playoffs, and Ryan, you have always expressed that. What do you do in the playoffs?
Right.
Then you are mid-tier. If you can do something in the playoffs, and let's say you get to the Super Bowl and you lose, then you're elite. Anybody can get you to the Super Bowl on their own talent, as far as quarter, and you have a mediocre offense. I think you're a top tier quarterback. So 5 years, I think you're in the beginning of your peak. And then when it gets to your 30s, now you got to give me at least one championship.
But what I'm saying, okay, you brought up the Buffalo Bills quarterback. Yes or no?
Right.
How many times he got to the face Kansas City in the playoffs? How many?
It's been at least 3 now, right? 4. I'm sorry.
It's been 4 times, and they lose every time.
Right.
Okay. If you cannot get past Patrick Mahomes, I'm looking at you suspect.
Well, it's not that he can't. It's just that one guy. Like Peyton Manning couldn't get past. He was elite as far as talent. He was elite as far as stats.
But he got past Tom Brady.
He eventually got past Tom Brady. I think Josh Allen in the next 2 years probably get past Patrick Mahomes. If you want to get Patrick Mahomes, they saying this is the Patrick Mahomes, one of his best receiving cores, young receiving cores. We'll see. I think Josh Allen does it in the next 2 years. I'm not scared of the big bad Patrick Mahomes anymore. I'm not. I know my Broncos can compete with him, but that's a whole other story.
But all I just saying, I don't get
you at least get 9 to 10 years as a quarterback to at least get your team to the playoffs and try to do something in the playoffs.
I don't me personally, I give you 6 years. 6.
No, that's too short. If you come into let's say you come into the Cleveland Browns of the old, the terrible team, Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
How are you supposed to turn that team around? How are you supposed to turn?
Okay. Who did Cleveland see in the AFC Championship?
They saw Mahomes.
No, the old Cleveland Browns.
No. Which Cleveland Browns we talking about? That wasn't them. I'm sorry. I apologize for that.
I'm talking about when y'all went up against Cleveland, John Elway.
Yeah, that was his 3rd season. That was John Elway's 3rd season. Yeah.
But also, you got to have good head coaches, good quarterback coaches.
Well, that's another story. That's another thing too. Look at. We always talk about Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert has been the most prolific passers in the NFL. The only thing about it is he had bad coaching and he couldn't win in the playoffs. He has Harbaugh now. They didn't win in the playoffs again. So this is his 5th or 6th season now.
I mean, I just said you got to get over the hump.
He is an elite passer. I don't care how many times he loses in the playoffs. There's not a throw he can't make. It's not a throw he can't make. He's an elite. He's an elite passer. I didn't say elite quarterback. He's an elite passer. There's not a throw he can't make. His numbers, as far as touchdowns, were kind of mediocre last year. 20 touchdowns is not elite. 30 and up is elite, especially in this day and age. But it's not a pass he can't. You can't name a quarterback and throw a better pass to him. There are better quarterbacks than him. Josh Allen's better. Lamar Jackson's better. Jalen Hurts better. But the top 5 quarterbacks are all mobile quarterbacks. Like Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL, but most of them are mobile quarterbacks.
Well, what I'm saying, so you want me to wait, 10 years?
It depends on the situation.
Okay,
you said 6. Hold on. So in them 6 years, let's say you go to 3 playoffs. So half of your 6 years, this is your first 6 years, you went to 3 playoffs. One of them is a playoff. The playoffs about wins. You win, you go home.
Did you win?
So you win 1 out of those 3 playoffs in the 6 years. You're a failure. You're a failure.
Right. So why I know T-Bone holding on to you on my team and you can't get it done?
Let's say in those 6 years, you average 4,000 yards each season. I'm not getting rid of you. You out your mind. We just either got to get a better coach or get some pieces around you.
Wait a minute.
Because hold on, go ahead.
What I already tell you, you might get 4,000 yards a season, but where do that get you? Man,
okay, so look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady numbers got better as the talent around him got better.
But Tom Brady played in a weak division.
That's not his problem. That's not his problem. That's not his problem. Listen.
Wait a minute. That division was weak for what, 20 years?
That's not his problem. That's not his problem. To me, Tom Brady was an elite until 2007.
But
he never led the league in touchdowns. It was always either Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, Donovan McNabb, Dante Culpepper. Those guys were putting up the numbers, right?
Yeah.
Drew Brees later on. Aaron Rodgers later on. You know what I'm saying? Those guys were putting up the numbers. Tom Brady started putting up numbers until later. But we got Randy Moss.
But still, look at, okay, good point. So how many times Tom Brady went to the Super Bowl?
He went there 9, right? 6 and 3.
Okay, 9 times, right?
Yes, right? He won 7. He won 6 with New England and 1 with Tampa, and he lost to the Philly. Yeah, 6 and 3. He was 6 and 3, and so 7 and 3 all time.
Okay,
yeah.
So you went to the Super Bowl seven times,
right?
Okay, you won 7. Out of that division is horrible. So you tell me Josh Allen would do the same thing from that division because he in the same division. Are
you saying against Tom Brady?
I'm saying, do you think Josh Allen would do the same thing from that same division that Tom Brady was in?
We don't know. We don't
Why
know.
Not?
Hold on. That means. Are you saying that is Brady and him in the same division?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the talent, but back then, who did they have outside of Marshawn Lynch?
You made my point.
I think Peerless Price might have been on that team, and Eric Modes.
You made my point.
Once again, just because you have a good quarterback doesn't mean that you are a good football team. It takes a defense. For most of Brady's his first 10 years, he had a top 5 defense. But I argue that all the time. That's why he was beating Peyton Manning all those years. He had the best defensive scheming coach in the entire NFL. Spygate, whatever you want to call it, and Bountygate, all that other. I'm not Bountygate. The Deflategate, whatever you want to call it. They were kicking everybody behind. They knew what you want to do, when you want to do it, and they could counter it.
This my opinion. You got your opinion, I got mine. All I just saying, in that division this year, if they don't get it done, and they cannot beat Kansas City Chiefs,
you going to trade Josh Allen? Stop it. That's what you're going to say?
Why not?
You out your damn mind. You understand if Josh Allen goes anywhere with a top 5 offense, Josh Allen will go into the Super Bowl. If he comes to the NFC, you put him on Detroit. You put him on Detroit.
Okay.
You put him on Green Bay.
He cannot get it done in the AFC. AFC,
nobody can beat. You act like Mahomes ain't this meteorite that's going to slam it to the earth. This dude is next level. I got to see him for the next 15 years. I told Czar, I said, yo, Czar, I got to see this dude for the next 15 years. I got to say he's better than Elway. In his first 6 years, he's been to 4 Super Bowls? 5?
Yep. 4.
4? And he won 3. No, I think he been to 5 because he lost 2. He lost to
okay.
He lost to Tampa and he lost to the Eagles.
All right, let's go to the next question then. My next question: all the pass rushers that got paid this offseason, do you think they still will be top 5 or top 10 this season coming up?
I think Myles Garrett will. I'm trying to think of another pass rusher that got paid. Aiden Hutchinson, did he get paid? Or he's still in his rookie contract?
No. The dude from the Raiders got paid.
You talk about Max Crosby.
Yeah.
He's they're perennial Pro Bowlers and all pros. So yeah, I think Myles Garrett. I don't know if he's gonna have as much as he had last year, but he'll be in the teens. Yeah.
But
I don't think they take too much of that back.
What I'm saying, do you think they will slide down because of how much money?
Not much. It's always a decrease somewhere. The decrease in your game. But this dude is still the best DN in football, if you really want to be honest with you.
Right, he is. They all is.
But all is. Yeah, I think Max Crosby's getting a little older.
But all I did try to say, we seen when a football player get paid one year, the next year that football player don't do nothing.
Normally, it's the quarterback.
The quarterback, linebackers. It'll be whoever, wide receivers.
It depends on what position you at. Like for linebackers, if you averaging 10 sacks a season and you go to 9, but you got like 6 forced fumbles and hurries and stuff like that, that all accumulates into it. If you're mainly a pass rusher, yeah, you need to give me a team a digit, double digit of sacks. You need to give me at least 10 plus. In sacks, but you got to do other. It depends on Fred Warner. I want you in coverage. You know what I'm saying? It depends on who what position you play and whatever the case may be. Running backs, you got to give me at least 1,000. That's the minimum. You got to at least give me 1,000. So, but I think the pass rusher. I think Myles Garrett. He won't slide too much.
But if you look at what Dalton said Michael Peace from Dallas had not got paid yet.
Dallas don't really pay their guys like that. Of course they should. It's Michael Parsons.
Right.
He is a Hall of Fame
talent. I hear rumors they don't got no money to pay him.
Man, please. This is Jerry World.
It might be Jerry World, but you got to pay George Pickens too, who they just got.
Listen, he's staying for the long haul. So we'll see, but I doubt it's that they ain't got no money. You don't pay their player. You don't pay their player. You gotta squeeze drop a lemon. Was a lemon out of I forgot to say it, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I think Myles Garrett. He's not gonna drop that much
because.
He's still a top 3 defensive player in the league. Yeah.
All right. My next question. This is a college football question. So, hold on for a minute.
Okay.
Dalton, since we all have new quarterbacks for our college football team going forward, who do you trust to get their team to the national championship and win it this year coming up? Give me your question. Your answer, Dalton. I don't know about that, Dennis. Because y'all lost a lot of key pieces on your team, Dennis. And BJ, they lost a lot of key pieces for Tennessee. But do you watch college football, Derek?
I tried to watch Dion in Colorado, and I was kind of into it for like his first 2 years.
What?
But yeah, nah, I just strictly stay with the NFL and the NBA, man. Like the older I get, I just want to stick with those two. Of course, in the Olympics, I watch track and field and a good boxing match here and there. But I just stick to the two major joints. And since my grandfather passed, I don't really watch baseball no more. So,
I got you.
Yeah.
I think Georgia. I trust my head coach.
I am a Florida Gator fan. I always have been, and I try to keep up with them, but not like I used to. Yeah, growing up, Florida Gator fan.
Yeah, brother. You. my last question of the night: should college football put a salary cap on the NIL deal?
Ooh, good question. What are you saying? That can they make a certain amount of money? What's a certain amount of money?
You just let's just say you get everything $8,000
a year.
A year.
So you in college for what, 3, 4, maybe? Because you get going to NFL eventually.
Well, you in college. NBA. You in college.
So $8,000. That's not a lot of money.
Right.
It's not a lot of money.
Let's just say $9 million. Every team.
For every player, or just the total?
For that total, for every team, you got $9 million.
So you got to divvy up $9 million. What if your endorsements and stuff are more than that? Because if Pepsi want to give me a $10 million deal, who are you to get in the front of that? Okay. How you going to tell somebody what to give me if I'm on TV?
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to teach these young boys how to. If I just give you so much money per week, you got to know how to pay your bills and live off of all that money.
Listen. If somebody give me $1 million check and I'm 20-something years old, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Listen, it ain't that hard. Well, shoot, but it should not be a salary cap on what a child can make. But if he's in college, he's technically a grown man, and I think what should happen is, depending on how much they bring in, it should be a good percentage of what they make. They should get back. Right. So yeah, and to be honest with you, if they do the system right, it actually prepares you for being in the pros.
What?
Because that's the meal ticket right there. That $10 million that they're giving you for whatever you're endorsing, that ain't nothing to compare to money that you can make in the NBA.
Right. You got to live off of that $2 million.
Oh, you can do that for 4 years. That's not hard. I make $40,000 a year, so I'm big pennies. God bless those pennies, but still, you give me $2 million. I can live off of that for 4 years. I can live off that.
You cannot just go out here buy Ferraris and Lamborghinis and all that, and you got a house note.
Listen.
You got a house note.
If you want to buy a expensive sports car,
you can't. If you're trying to save.
Well, it depends. Like it's what? The Hellcat is what, 90, almost 100 grand?
Yeah.
If that. So you get your nice little car, if you buy a house, you got to realize you're going to the pros. So wherever you go, now you got to think about, do I keep this? Do I give it to my family? Or, now I got to sell it. And then that's something else that, your agent will worry about, I guess. And and then you make yourself to the pros. So it's about maturity. It's about discipline, and you need somebody to help you manage your money. But there's a million ways you can do it. It's not impossible.
Right.
So no, I don't think no. The opportunities are there. That's the system. There you go. I don't think it should be for high school. I don't think it should be for middle school or anything like that. Once you're in college, you are now a young man, and you are semi-pro basically.
Right.
College is the new semi. Basically, that's what they make you the new semi-pro. And then when you
look
get to the pros, yeah.
Okay, let me read the comments. Dennis said, Sam Sports said, your job. I understand that, but if you look at a football player, what he do during the week, he don't got time to get no job.
I got studies,
right.
Football, basketball, whatever
Practice.
sport I play. And you want me to get a job and I'm making $10 million or $2 million? You what?
See what I mean? See what I mean? You don't got time to get no job, and you a football player.
Why would I get a job? Why would I get a job?
But that if you want more money, you gotta get some money.
Stupid. And I'm making money. I can see if there was no NIL deals, yeah, you get a job. Yeah, you get a job. You know what I'm saying? But why would I? College is supposed to prepare you for a career, right? So if you're a football, basketball, baseball, soccer, whatever the case may be, that's supposed to prepare you to be a professional sports athlete. So that cost. It don't cost a lot. You could be cheap, but
a lot of people.
I always remember Chris Webber said. Chris Webber said, "I should be able to afford the jersey with my name on my back."
Right,
and I agree with that.
But
so you got to give me some type of stipend or something. I don't need millions of dollars. I'm not saying that the NIL deals are unfair because they're not. They're nowhere near. You're not making what these universities are making off these athletes.
Right.
So but you don't need $10 million. Like Sharon was saying, I think last week about the whole amateur to pro. It kind of messes that up.
But once again, a lot of people is greedy. They be like, "Oh, that all you got? Just $10 million? Let me go get $15 million over here."
Well, I have no issue with that. I have no issue with that because you're supposed to tell them to get the best deal.
Right. But
yeah, I'm a parent. I'm gonna tell them to get the best. Like I have a cousin now. He's getting into college. I'm like, y'all gotta jump on them NIL things right now. Get it situated so that even though he's coming as a freshman, he's already set up because he's playing football.
What?
Where he can hit the best. You want all that big time money? Well, this how you operate. This is 2025, 2026 college sports. This is the way you do things now.
Right.
So you're supposed to get the money.
But all I'm just saying, a lot of people changing schools, going to other schools because they feel like, okay, for example, Tennessee Volunteers quarterback.
Right.
He told the coach, "Hey, I want this amount of money," and the head coach said, "Hell no." What did he do? He went somewhere else. They gave him the amount of money he wanted.
But don't universities have the portal? And if they want a better talent, they get on the portal and look for better talent.
But yeah, they got there, but a lot of people don't do that. A lot of head coaches in college don't do that. Even the head coach at Clemson, he don't do that. He get players from his backyard.
Okay.
He told a couple of years ago, he said, "I don't want players out of the portal. I will get players from my backyard."
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. A lot of you got some kids out here greedy that think they deserve to get more money than everybody else. And you also got some kids out here we take the little bit of money and make it go a long way.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta look at people got families in college and stuff like that. Got to buy diapers, milk, formula, all that
Diapers
stuff.
and milk don't cost $10 million, Ron. Come on.
I mean,
Man,
I'm not saying it costs $10 million, but
right, but I get it. Now your family, like, you gotta get up the hood now. Gotta get out the
right,
hood. Remember the old song? Yeah. We
right,
out the hood now. Yeah. You know, they
right,
what we on.
right. Your
We on.
mom gonna come to you, be like, hey, I'm gonna get this car right here. Can you buy it for me? Or I want this house right here. Can you get it for me? That might be $90 million right there.
No, I ain't gonna be 90 million. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. If your mom is a good mom,
right.
Not saying that these kids' moms ain't great moms,
right?
But you will put your kids' needs first,
right?
And if that means $10 million or how many of the $1 million or $1,000, $100,000, whatever,
right?
You know, my kid is selling his talents to the highest bidder or endorsing this. Because I really agree with the whole endorsing thing. If Pepsi wanted, hey, I want such and such to be on the box of Wheatie Bites, so be it. You gotta talk. Let's talk numbers.
Right.
Using my likeness.
But
you know what I'm saying? Let's talk numbers.
I understand that outside of football. I'm talking about football while you in school.
Yeah.
Should the college football say you just do a cap on the salary? You just to get this amount of money. I don't care what team you go to. Everybody offer you this amount of money. You cannot get no more outside. I mean, what you do outside of football, that's your thing. But while you in college football,
what are the what's the bad part of giving kids what the price they want? Because they're going to get it how you want them. They're going to get it anyway. If you don't give it to them, they're going to find somebody else, right? So what's the downside of giving the kids what they want? Because this is the system that they have.
The downside, you're going to have kids fussing about who's getting the most money. That's the downside. You're going to have kids be like, oh, this man over here making $5.5 million. And I just give him $2 million.
That sounds like an NCAA issue.
Right.
That ain't my issue.
Right. You making my point about I just said, should they put a cap on the salary? Because everybody don't get paid the same amount of money in college.
There you go.
I'm just saying, listen, if your talent requires you to get X amount of dollars, go for it. So no, I don't think so. No. No, they've been exploiting these young women for years.
Right.
So now it's time to pay up. Now it's time to pay up.
I understand that. Remember, for example, back in the day, every kid went to Alabama.
Right.
Every kid in college went to Alabama. There were 4 schools back in the day.
Right.
Alabama, UCLA, Texas, and Florida.
In Florida, yep.
4 schools back in the day. Now you got schools like Colorado. You got schools like Virginia. You got schools like UCLA, Georgia Tech. You got all these schools that bring in talent, but they cannot keep it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But
as I said, that's a y'all problem. I'm trying to get paid.
All right.
Listen, this is professional sports. Because college football, I'm not gonna make that statement because I don't think college football makes more than NFL, but it's damn near. It's damn near. Ian probably gonna correct me, but it's a $1 billion industry. So
but everybody don't. But everybody don't see that $1 billion up here. Everybody don't get that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Wide receivers get that. Top linebackers get that. Defensive linemen maybe get that. Quarterbacks get that.
Right.
But if you a third string linebacker, you might not get that.
Maybe you need to step your weight up.
Like,
look, what do you want me to say? Wait, hey, what you want me to say? If an opportunity is there,
you weight up, but you don't see the field. How? A lot of the backers don't see the field.
Players get hurt all the time in college. You got to wait your opportunity, or you could just wait till you get to the pros, like the old school. But my thing is this: to put a salary cap on it, meaning that, oh yeah, we have this system, but just because you're not a top tier guy, we can't pay you that much. Nah, guys ain't gonna want to come to your college after a while.
I just saying, so you cannot pay everybody $5.5 million.
Let's say that sound like a y'all problem.
You cannot pay everybody, and you want that good quarterback. He's gonna want that 5.5.
Hey, that sounds like a y'all problem.
Make it so bad. Georgia quarterback just left and went to the Florida Gators this offseason.
Right.
Carson Beck. He left Georgia and went to the Florida Gators.
Right.
And they giving him more, but he not worth it though. That's why I'm telling you.
Right.
I will not get paid.
If that's the contract that he negotiated for, it's nothing you really can do about it. That's the system now. I know it might not seems good, because if you're gonna get rid of it, get rid of all of it. Don't putting a cap on it. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound.
All right.
When trust me, when it doesn't benefit the NCAA, they're gonna get rid of it. I'm telling you.
All right.
When it doesn't, that's why they brung in gambling for all sports gambling now. That's legal. Yeah, well, it benefits them now. They see how they can market and profit off of that. Same thing with this NIL deal. They wouldn't just give away money, even though this is something that they've been fighting for years.
Right.
Where they can't profit something from it. So,
but
the floodgates are open. So if you're a college athlete, you better get your weight up, bro. I told you, once Zion was jumping out of his sneakers, I tell all high school kids, now you gotta match that. This dude was jumping out of his sneakers.
I mean,
270 pounds, can slam dunk like LeBron James, and can rip in his huge 6'8". Pause. But but I'm just saying, you gotta step your grade up, man.
All right, get your last. We at the end of the show, so where everybody to find you at, Derek?
Oh no, I'm here every Tuesday till while Wednesday starts back up. I don't really do social media too much, but I help out, and I appreciate you, Ron. Y'all like my second family now, so I'm definitely here, and every Tuesday you can catch me here.
All right, everybody like and share the show. Tell your family and other families about Talk Your Ish. And we like to have fun, but we like to keep it 100 too. So give a shout out. I give my shout out to Pops and the Henry brothers. That film come back this Thursday, coming up on my birthday. So I give another shout out to my boy Ryan on the Birdcage. Shout out to him. Shout out to the eye test. Shout out to C-Dub. We got another show finna come out. So like and share the show. Peace out.
Missed me while I was gone.